Well, hello. My name is Paula. My pen name is P.B. Moreland. I am the author of 4 wonderful books in the Whitebird series, and they are written for an audience that is on the verge of waking up to a most amazing world that we are entering. Of course, these books were written 20 years ago because I've been awake a long time, meaning I can see through the noise of the 3D world. It's taking a lot of work, lifetimes actually. And this lifetime I've come in to be a trigger, to help others wake up, because we have been held captive in this 3D dimension for thousands of years. It's no surprise and it's no mystery to many. Some have no idea what I'm talking about, and they might not ever really understand what I'm talking about. But because I'm a dragon, I am a dragon. My soul origin is a dragon. I went through the Orion Wars and wounded deeply, a deep wound in the heart. And I've suffered many lifetimes with this wounded heart of betrayal. I can say that with a smile on my face because the wound has been healed. And I wrote these books of mine while I was still wounded because I needed to tell a story. It's my story, but it's also humanity's story. That it is time now to walk into the next age. And this has been a narrative for 20, 30 years, the new age, the next age. But if you follow astrology, if you follow the alternative news outlets, if you follow your inner voice that says, this is it, this is why we're here. Many of us are light workers. We could be called the chosen ones. It doesn't really matter the label that we have, but we have a spark, we have a fire inside, and we need to step into our authentic selves because this is the time to do that. Finally, lots of cycles are coming to conclusion, meaning galactic, earthly, star systems, planetary systems. They're aligning like they never have. We've just entered the Kali Yuga. If you don't know what that is, you can research it yourself. If I bring up terms that you are unfamiliar with in my discussions, I highly encourage you to write these down because you will see it in the transcripts and do your own deep dives. I did my own deep dives. I listened to various beings who have opened my awareness greater and greater as the years have gone on, and I've too gone through the dark night of the soul. I have hit rock bottom numerous times, but I know that my dragon, or dragons multiple, my team, my guides, my star family, my aspects, my past lives, my ancestors, they're all rooting for me to successfully walk from one dimension or age into the next one, which is the 5th dimension, which is what we are entering. But because of the changes, the chaos around us, it's getting rocky, but it's exciting. Things will collapse. Systems must fall. They have in our history, and we've survived. If we keep our head high, if we hold true to our own heart source, our own voice, if we think for ourselves and turn off the TV. We all know the mass media is scripted. That's no surprise. They're puppets. They're zombies. That's kind of a strong word, but it could be true. They're not at fault. Many of these characters, they are characters. They have no idea why they're doing what they're doing. A lot of the protests that are going on in our world, many of these souls have no idea why they're doing it, but it gives them a sense of purpose. So I sit in my eagle's nest, not out of an uncaring aspect, but because it helps me see the big picture of where we are and where we are going. And I promise you, as the dragon, as not a dragon rider, I don't work with dragons. I am a dragon. My name is Crystal. I work with an Aquamarine Water Dragon who has saved my life many times. And I just recently learned this from a beautiful soul who I met online, who helped me understand why my life has been filled with struggles and why I've wanted to many times leave. It's hard. I've understood why now, and now I feel safe. I feel protected. I feel it's time for me to speak out and start telling the stories that I would love everyone to take part in, to question, to be entertained by, to meet my characters. And I promise you, this will help you meet your own characters, because we all have many characters within us. We all have soul aspects of ourselves that live in either this world or other worlds. My dragons are still experiencing the Orion Wars. They're still experiencing their soul origins. There's the goddess within, the divine feminine. I know I have a divine feminine from Regulus, from the Orion system. These are not assumptions of mine. These are knowings. These are deep, deep knowings that I have been as a soul around for centuries, millennia, as we all have. There is not one person on this planet who is here by accident. There are characters on this planet, let's say, who might not be organic, who might not have a soul, who are here to fill up spaces, to maybe lead a narrative and of distraction. And so it's my job to not be distracted by these stories that are playing out in our government, even though I really appreciate what's happening because it has to. So that said, I will let you all sit with this message for now, letting you know that I will be going live on YouTube every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. And I really look forward to whoever wants to join me as I start my journey to share stories about Crystal and Adam and Claire and Madeline and Levi and Elijah and Wyndon and Vincent, and the list goes on and on. Of course, we can't forget Cosmo and Gina, and we can't forget David. Many characters, many lifetimes that are covered, many parallel dimensions that Crystal and Adam walk through. So I wish you all a very, very joyful day, and I will see you on Tuesday nights. My YouTube channel is Crystal Blue 333, and I appreciate you all very much. Namaste.